I am so excited to see my next guest finally make his UFC debut. Going to be taking on Mick Parkin, UFC Fight Night this Saturday. It is Caio Machado, Bigfoot, back here on the program. Caio, how are you, man?
I'm doing great. Like it's finally here, 5 week UFC debut. I'm so excited I could be happier.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. I got to ask, though, the last time you and I spoke, I know you were trying to get on that Brazil card a couple of weeks ago that was headlined by Jalton Almeida and Derek Lewis. Was there ever any talk of you being on that card, or was it just one of those things like, hey, I just got to fight where they can fit me?
Like right now, especially I asked my team and managers to look that option, but like I just got in. I have literally no pool, no saying.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm a guy that if I have to fight on the Apex in Brazil, in Toronto, in the back alley behind the gym, you can count me in. So I'm game for anything.
Yeah. And did you know much about Mick before taking this fight? How familiar were you with him?
Not the fight. I haven't seen any of the mixed fight before. We got a call, so but right away we went to Fight Pass. We have a couple fights there, especially the contender and his UFC debut.
Yeah.
Interesting fighter. Like he's one of those heavyweights that finally adapt to move a little bit better, trying to be more a little bit lighter on his feet. But I think overall I have a better. I'm a better fighter than him, and that's gonna show on Saturday. But interesting fact on Nick and I, so my story is his UFC debut was against the guy Jamal Pokes that was sub me on the contender when I had to pull off.
There you go. Yeah, it's a small world how that all kind of worked out there as far as getting the matchup. It looked like you got plenty of notice. When did you actually find out about the fight?
I got no break. Yeah, I got through Vegas. I think it was on a Saturday night. Sunday morning they were calling me, "Hey, Kai, you're ready to back to work?" So it was like on the week of the contender. I don't can recall the day, but I'm sure it was on a Sunday. First day back at home. I barely like had cleaned my clothes yet, and they already said you're back to work.
There you go. It all worked out. Tell me about camp. How did everything go? Who did you get to work with? Who helped you get ready for this fight?
Like camp's been good. We've been doing most of the stuff in house right now. Here at KP MMA, I've been mostly work with Chris Franco and Jaden here at the gym, working out with around the boys over here. Also, we got Terrence Jefferson from Gibson MMA. He's been a really good sparring partner for this camp. Plus, I went to Vegas for a couple of days when in September to watch some fights and spend some time with a couple of friends of mine that were fighting the contender. So I got to train with my former opponent, Edson Lopez. So we kind of work together around there. But overall, it's been a great camp. We work hard. The camp has been like I've been putting so much more work. Like I think since I started this MMA thing, that's the camp that I finally got to put 100%. It was either before I was in school, was working, then I had my baby. Then now for this camp, he's finally started daycare. So I had like 8 more hours to put in the work and not have to like run back and forth. So overall for training has been great for the team for preparation. I'm on my best shape. I'm on my best time right now, and I can't wait to show the world.
How much does this help that this is also at the Apex, like where you already fought? Like, I don't know how it is for every fighter, but I'm sure for you, it's like you're familiar with it, right? So it's probably something a bit easier than fighting, say, at T-Mobile.
Would love to fight at T-Mobile. I'm a guy that feed off the crowd. I like the loud crowd. I like the noise. I like to play with the way I fight. I work a lot of like the energy. I feed off a lot. So ideally for me, it would be bigger the crowd, the better. But again, I spend to fight on the Apex and T-Mobile or the back alley behind the PI. Count me in.
Who's going to be making the trip with you? Who will be in your corner for this fight?
Yeah, we're gonna go with, of course, Coach Chris Franco, head coach. He'll be there with me, and also on my corner, we're gonna have Jaden Martin coming back for this camp, also with Les Gibson. So that will be the three corners, and we're very excited for it. That's definitely a great team behind me.
How do you see this fight playing out? What's your prediction?
He's a lot. He lights on his feet. He moves well for a heavyweight, but I also do that. I've been doing that for my entire career, but I can do that with more power behind me. Besides, I have a secret weapon for my BJJ game where people don't look because they don't go to it, and when they see I'm subbing people out. So I think will be a second round sub. From what I've seen of Parking, if I put him to the ground, I can have good success over there.
You were an underdog on Contender Series in your fight. In this fight, you're an even bigger underdog. I'm just looking at the odds right now. You're like plus 240. Do you like that? Do you like when people are counting you out, where you can go in there and, play the role of spoiler and bust up some people's parlays?
I like for people that actually put the money on me and see the value. Like for me, that's a great value. I would be happy if I could bet on myself because with a plus two
Right.
forty for me, I want to make some money off myself. Like that's easy money right there.
Yeah. No, I love it.
Like
I love it.
I really don't care how the odds work. Like if you look back on my career here at DFL, most of my fights, especially the beginning, people were not calling me in. They called me as underdog countless times, and I showed at time and time that I'm here to fight. I think it's a little bit because of I'm always smiling. I don't have that like mean guy kind of setup. I'm not a brawler. I'm just laughing and smiling. I'm a nice guy, and people see that as I don't know. But when it's fight time, I'm always show up and always get my arm raised. So if you're looking too bad, that's a great value.
Did you watch UFC 295 this past weekend? I know you're stuck in camp, but did you happen to see the highlights or catch any of the results?
No, I did. I did watch the main card for that fight, and that was a good fight.
Well,
Like the
let's
main
start
card,
first in the main event. Yuri and Alex Pereira, fellow Brazilian, winning the title. What did you think of that? Some people felt like maybe the stoppage was a bit early, but what did you think of Alex winning a title in another division now? That's pretty incredible.
like what this guy done with what he had is amazing. Like Alex is far from the most complete MMA fighter, but on his striking side, he's so good that he makes that up. Like he has a very basic ground game. We all know that. We see that as a fight and fight. But the second he touches you, that hurts. Like I think whatever he kicks you, it won't grow hair anymore. Like yeah, those leg kicks are nasty. So I just I'm impressed with him every time he steps in the cage. I don't think it was a early stoppage. I mean, when Yuri fell, he was out and got her stopped right away. But like, we were here for the long term. We don't want to just see guys getting punched in the face while they can't control. And sometimes we get up right away, but I think overall it was the right decision.
And what did you think in your division co-main event? Tom Aspinall is the interim heavyweight champion, knocking out Sergey Pavlovich. What was your reaction to that?
That was actually my prediction. I thought it would be a little bit longer, to be honest. I expect Pavlovich being able to either like, take a couple more shots, but Espinal is the kind of guy I work to be. He's the kind of fight style that I find myself as well, and I try to work on where you need to have. Of course, it's a heavyweight. Everyone has power behind, so doesn't matter if you're a big puncher. We all are, but being able to move, stay in and out, the hand movement, footwork. That's where you can find the difference on this division. When you can strike and grapple and wrestle, and that's the recipe for success. And I think right now it's he and Jones are the only guys on that top of the division that can do it all. Like you see, Gunn has a hole in the wrestling, and Almeida big hole on the striking. And when you see a good guy that is complete and can move, that's the recipe for a champion right there.
Not looking past Saturday, we've got that UFC 297 card in Toronto coming up. Do you want to fight in Canada? Like I think I asked you this before. Obviously, they just had the card in Vancouver. Would have been a little bit easier to fight there. But any party you want to fight on that card, or do you think that's too close to the holidays? Because I'm sure you're going to want a little bit of time off after this.
Yeah, like I'm set. I'm going to Brazil after next
After this
week.
fight?
Like,
Okay. Oh, okay,
yeah,
cool.
beginning of December, I'm going to spend some time with my family there for the holidays. So, like, I still could put a camp, put it on, but as a heavyweight, like, it's hard to do a 2 month turnaround, even if like I come there and pull up a 1 second punch, I might hurt my hand or at all. And
Yeah.
still, like, I don't want to count anything out. I even like the fight's gonna be tough. I know Mick's gonna bring to me, and they he won't. Even if I win, it will be hard to turn around. But who knows? Maybe I think for next time will be better. Like, hopefully they come back to Canada soon. Ideally Vancouver again. Like apparently they had a great time here, so well, hopefully they are back and I can get in the card. But if I'm not fighting, I'll be there for cheering for my fellow Canadians and whoever's gonna be on the card for sure.
There we go. Yeah, they should make Vancouver an annual destination. It was a great card last time, and yeah, maybe I'm a little biased. We both live here, but it would be cool to
Yeah.
do that. Hey,
And like mm.
oh, go ahead. Go
And I
ahead. Sorry.
said like I love that fight here in Vancouver was the perfect timing. Like I was so upset that I couldn't get in. Like I wasn't in the UFC yet already. I had the contender fight, but like if things work out right on the when we had the feeling that if things worked out first on the right time, they get the contender on the year before. I could be fighting Vancouver. That would be amazing. But I have a goal, which is not for now, but eventually, and one day I'll be headlining on Rogers Arena for sure. That's a goal for me.
Love it. And in the meantime, we get to watch your debut this Saturday. We're looking forward to it. If there's anyone you want to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors, any social media, I'll give you the last word.
No, for sure. I want to thank, first of all, my team FKP MMA, my coach Chris Franco. The work we've been doing here is amazing. Like, it's been a long journey for us, and we finally got to UFC, and now it's the beginning of your journey. We're excited for it. Plus, all my sponsors, Happy Breed Company, Mutant, Go Radio Podcast, UFO Industries, and Montanus Food, Black Boys Immigration, Strike Recovery, and as part of his gym. They've been supporting my craft for a while, and I really appreciate that. Beside beside all that, my managers, first round management, my team, all my training partners, everyone that helps me and my family, Gabby and Leo, that are my rock and the reason I keep work hard and hard to get further.